Nonprofit organizations are essential to our quality of life because of the valuable programs they provide local citizens. La Crosse's nonprofits provide us with various valuable resources for both our youth and adults that live here. Some examples of local nonprofits are the Children's Museum. They provide exhibits and programs to stimulate informal learning experiences for children. Big Brothers Big Sisters of America. Their goal is to provide children facing adversity with strong and enduring, professionally supported one-to-one mentoring relationships. WISCOR. Their mission is to develop leadership, self-confidence, and a strong work ethic in youth and adults through active management of Wisconsin's communities and natural resources. WISCOR also does a number of conservation projects in the La Crosse area as well. Examples include trail construction and rehabilitation, invasive species management, storm damage cleanup, and so on. These organizations run into barriers when trying to achieve their goals. One major barrier is financial instability. Financial instability is a reality for many nonprofits. The Nonprofit Finance Fund's 2018 State of the Sector survey found that financial instability is a top challenge for 62% of nonprofits. Another challenge is growth. The same survey found that demands are rising faster than the nonprofit's ability to meet them. 86% of respondents say the demands for services keep rising. 57% say they cannot meet these rising demands.
But there's always, everything comes down to whether you can pay for it, of course. And we really want to be careful that the museum stays affordable. So we don't want to always keep, raising rates and passing that on to the visitors. So that's always a challenge, but we've been fortunate in that we're used to being frugal, and we have had great support over the years. But there are always things, we had to replace our roof. We had to replace our heating and cooling system and all that stuff nobody sees. But we have to have it to be able to have a safe organization and a safe facility for people. So that's the kind of stuff that you have to spend money on. We're a business.
We're so small that even $50,000 that was sustainable extra a year would mean maybe 100 more matches in the community. That's a huge amount of matches. So we get a real bang for our buck in what we do in our proven outcomes for youth. But money's always kind of that piece that prevents us from growing even further.
I mean, one is funding, and I know that's something that you've been talking about with some other folks in other agencies, making sure that we've got enough funding to be able to run as many cruises as we want. Because there's no shortage of natural resource projects that need to be done. I mean, there's so many invasive species, there's so many trails that need to be maintained, there's so many different habitats to be restored and whatnot, that you can never have enough funding in a year to get all the work done that needs to be done. But because of the way funding works with nonprofits or just in general, we always have to put a cap on what we can do in a year, and that's way less than what we'd like to be able to do.
We do need to raise money every year, so people, we rely on local individuals, family foundations, businesses to make donations to us on, hopefully on an annual basis, if they're able to.
As Leanne said, these organizations rely heavily on donors. Donating is made easy with the technology we have today. Many organizations have options to donate online through their website. If you don't have access to their website, another great option is writing a check.
Volunteering, absolutely. We really rely on volunteers, especially for our special events. We just had our 20th birthday party last weekend, and I bet we had 50 or more volunteers here that day, and they allowed us to have, special activities. We had crazy hairdos and face painting and craft projects and all that stuff that we wouldn't be able to do with we have a very small staff. So volunteering is definitely a way that people can help us out.
Want to help? First, find an organization you're interested in. You can call or email them for more information on how to volunteer. Most nonprofits have volunteering applications that can be found on their website as well.
But Big Brothers Big Sisters is really unique in that way too, is that I don't just need funding, I also need men and women to step into the role of being a mentor for that 1 to 2 year beyond commitment. So the biggest way you can help Big Brothers Big Sisters out is by considering becoming a mentor with us. And
call us up and say, hey, I want to work for you, or check our website out at some of the different jobs that we have, because we need all the young people we can get in a year to come and do all these projects, because we don't do them ourselves. We would depend on folks, just who are in college or young folks again, to come and do these kind of projects with us. So and be the future of our land managers in the state.